In the UK on the 6th of July 2008, the BBC aired a documentary titled The Conspiracy Files 9/11 The Third Tower. At a little under 7 years since the attacks of September 11, 2001, this programme attempts to solve what the BBC considers to be the final mystery of 9/11, the reason for the collapse of World Trade Center 7, a building that was part of the World Trade Center complex, but however was not hit by a plane. Despite the implied unbiasedness of the documentary makers, it is obvious that the BBC would never air a show that tries to tell the viewer that the official story is incorrect, or at the very least that it is dubious. This means that while presenting actual evidence relating to World Trade Center 7's collapse, the creators would have to eventually push the official story as the only possible explanation. I'd like to present one instance where the BBC have manipulated evidence in favour of their argument to promote the official story that fire and structural damage caused by falling debris from World Trade Center 1 and 2 weakened World Trade Center 7, allowing it to collapse under its own weight.
And the owner, Larry Silverstein, has also been accused of being part of a huge conspiracy to destroy the buildings. It all stems from a TV interview when he used the phrase, "pull it."
I remember getting a call from the fire department commander telling me that they were not sure they were going to be able to contain the fire. And I said, we've had such terrible loss of life. Maybe the smartest thing to do is pull it. And they made that decision to pull.
I ask every viewer to come to their own conclusion about the language Larry's using and the emphasis.
Maybe the smartest thing to do is pull it.
My personal response to his comment is that he was involved in a decision to bring the building down. But who knows?
The documentary is pretending to be unbiased by showing Larry Silverstein's potentially damning confession of his involvement in the demolition of World Trade Center 7. However, it purposefully omits one key line from the original footage. Here is the entire clip.
I remember getting a call from the fire department commander telling me that they were not sure they were going to be able to contain the fire. And I said, we've had such terrible loss of life. Maybe the smartest thing to do is pull it. And they made that decision to pull, and then we watched the building collapse.
Notice how the last line from Silverstein reaffirms that when he said pull it, he is referring to the building and not the firefighters or rescue workers. However, the BBC chose to remove this short remark twice, as it does not support the official story. It is very important to hear that he says, and they made that decision to pull, and then we watched the building collapse. From this wording he has made a direct connection between the word pull and the collapse of the building, as if one directly affected the other. However, the BBC chose to ignore this as it does not validate their argument that Silverstein meant pull the firefighters out. I welcome others to point out the manipulations involved in this BBC documentary.